it is. You're calling on the sheriff. Where are the new ordinances passed yesterday? So we're down here basically just to provide information to what the ordinance really is. If you have any questions, we have copies of the ordinance. What we're looking for is compliance. We don't want to take funds. We just want to share the information with you so you know what the information is, answer any questions, and set some parameters as to how this is going to work.
Excuse me.
I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to pass out copies of the ordinance, give you some parameters, let you know exactly what it says, because there may be some confusion as to what was detailed yesterday. So, if you have any questions, I'm willing to pass it out. If anyone wants a copy of it.
We would like a copy. I would like to let you know that we feel that this ordinance was passed illegally. We feel that this ordinance violates our First Amendment right to both freedom of speech and freedom of assembly.
Okay. I respect your opinion.
Taking the ordinance shit.
Okay.
I ain't standing up for it. I'm standing up against it.
Okay, but I understand what your stance is, and I respect
Daniel.
But the issue I have is I have a signed ordinance by the County of Humboldt that as sheriff I'm legally am supposed to enforce that ordinance. So that's where I'm at. So you can take up your issue, and you know the way you have to take that up through the courts, and you have every right to do that. But I also have another issue. I'm sworn to uphold the law. We now have a county ordinance that I have to enforce. So that's where I'm at.
All right. And specifically, what is it you want us to do?
Well, this is the way I think it should work out. And again, I want you to ask questions about this ordinance because I want to make it very clear what it says. And so basically, the interpretation of the ordinance as it is read, as it was written, signs have to come off the fence. Tarps, anything that's associated with the camping has to be taken away. Tables have to be removed. And after 9:30, you can stand here all day with signs and legally protest as much as you want.
Yeah,
hang on. Let me finish. So then, but at 9:30 at night, you can no longer stay on county property. You can go on the sidewalk. You can stay on the sidewalk 24 hours a day, and you can have your signs, but you can't affix those signs to county property, and can't have your tarps. Can't leave property. Let me say, abandoned property. You can't leave property here. You can't have backpacks, mattresses, anything that's unattended. You can't leave because then it becomes either found property or property that will be confiscated because no one, lays claim to it. Because I've had that happen a lot where I'll come out and say, "Whose is this?" And I've had people say, "It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine." So then that becomes what we call found property, which we legally can take and store for a period of time for someone to come and say, "Hey, that's my property. I want it back." They show ownership of the property, and we give it back to them. I only want to make one thing really clear. I'm not here to come down with some big law enforcement action. I don't want that. What I want to do is to work with you guys and come to a resolution following this protocol and gain compliance. That's all I want. Yes.
Does the city ordinance, doesn't our Constitution, isn't that like more of a law of the land than the city ordinance?
Well, this is a county ordinance.
Or county ordinance, either way.
The county ordinance, if you were at the meeting yesterday and listened to what they said, most of the points in this ordinance have already met the constitutional muster by going through the Supreme Court. So this is county council has no problem with the way this is written, nor did the board of supervisors have a problem when they passed it.
The structure thing, are all protests not allowed to have structure? Because we live in a place that rains a lot.
Well, let me.
That's
a good question because that came up yesterday, and I think that's something that needs
we don't want to suffer that bad.
No, it really needs to be addressed. Because I think you're talking about more than just occupying. The women in black, the veterans of the peace, and I think that's a very valid point that was brought up yesterday. I think the thing we need to understand, this is an urgency order, and with an urgency order, that is being in place until the The full-time order is completed, and that order probably will not be as restrictive as this one, but they passed an urgency order. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is an urgency order supersedes the Constitution of the United States?
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is this order has already met the constitutional muster. This order is in effect.
Did you guys read the ordinance prior to the vote out loud to the public?
Pardon me?
Did you read the ordinance prior to the vote out loud to the public? Before voting for it? Did you read the ordinance?
I didn't vote for it.
He didn't vote for it.
Before they voted for it, did they read the ordinance?
I have no idea.
They
Thus,
read
it
it
was
to the
not due
public?
process.
No, they
I
did
was there the
not.
whole time. They never read the ordinance once. It's not due process.
It was published, though. It was published. It was put out.
It needs to be read at the time of the meeting.
You know
before
what?
the vote.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about the.
But you're going to follow an unjust law, which is not an American.
No, it's not an unjust law.
Oh, it clearly
It is not an unjust law. You know, I'm not going to debate that with you. I came out here and was very clear that I'm trying to work with you guys so that we can get through this without having a big guy. I don't want to take law enforcement action. I want to be able to work with you. I can be pretty reasonable to get along with.
I would like to point out once again that we feel that this law is unconstitutional.
I understand that.
You want to work with us. Will you give us the opportunity to engage a lawyer and try to get injunctive relief?
You can do that, but I'm going to.
No, that's what I'm asking is, will you give us that opportunity? Will you stay enforcement until we get a chance for the actual courts to decide what's constitutional?
This is what I like to do. And I've been watching the weather. And in about 24 hours, we're in for a string of about 5 days of heavy rain. So my intention is to make sure that you guys have a way of taking care of yourself out of the weather, because by this weekend, none of this is going to be here. So I'd like to be able to have this moved out of here by later today so that you guys can make provisions for this week, because it's going to get nasty out
But
there.
where will we make provisions?
Pardon me?
Where are we going to do that at?
I don't know. You better start thinking of something, because right now, based upon this
This is where we're waiting for
resolution-
grievance. This is historical place that
what I'm
people
telling you,
visit.
if you read that
24
order,
hours a day,
it says
8 days
that
a
it
week,
is
regardless of the weather.
it is in effect immediately. That was as of yesterday. I've waited until today, and I'm going to wait till this afternoon until we say everything has to be removed.
So your answer is no, you will not allow us to try and go to the courts first.
I'm allowing you until this afternoon.
Or can you think about it
Says
until
right
this
in here.
afternoon?
No, I can't, because
Okay.
if you read the ordinance, it
We're
says
fine
this
on
is-
the sidewalk, so if we move everything
You
to
can
the sidewalk.
stay on the sidewalk, but then you have to deal with your police department. But you can't.
You can't block the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It says right in here, though, that everything in here does not apply to the sidewalk around the building. I can
Yeah,
only
it's 4
do
feet,
so.
you gotta leave.
Okay, as long as you take things off the fence, you don't have anything on county property, that's fine. And you can stay here.
So we
and
can
you
have
can
anything
It
on
just says
county
in your own
property?
words, does
I know,
that.
but the director
You can
gave us
protest
that
here until
last
9:30 tonight.
Not a
can
public
protest
health
without it.
safety issue,
Pardon
when
me?
the director of the health department does that.
You can stay here until 9:30 tonight.
How-
No, but
Our
that's
free
not,
speech is
it's
anywhere,
not
anytime, 25 hours a day,
On
8
the
days a week,
street.
regardless of the weather.
On the street, you can protest.
We will keep
Well,
working.
we would like to get a lawyer for all that. We're all not
They will take the case
geniuses at
for our
this.
nation, our national crisis.
Okay.
We will
That-
keep working any
I'm not
time
gonna,
of the day.
I told you,
We'll let him work at it too.
I
That
told
is
you,
our
I
freedom.
told you, I'm not going to debate that with you. I'm here as the sheriff of the county, following a resolution that was passed yesterday, asking you to comply. That's all I'm here for.
But you
I'm
are-
not
you
going
are
to
not-
debate. Listen to me. I'm not going to debate the constitutionality of this with you. I already told you that. So let's stop going there. What I'm trying to do now is work out a way that we can equitably move this thing on, so that you guys can take care of yourselves for the next few days.
But we don't have anywhere to protest or do that.
You
Doesn't
can
say what the
protest on the
penalty
sidewalk
is
after
for
9:30
this.
tonight. Huh?
It doesn't say what the penalty
It's a misdemeanor crime.
is. Yeah, what's the penalty?
Non-compliance.
Yeah, and the code says, folks, the code as it's written, you cannot have the tables here, you cannot have the tarps here, you can't have stuff just languishing around.
We're getting better. You guys' help the last 2 weeks has helped if you haven't noticed.
So-
A little support.
So
went a long
what I'm
way.
saying is, I don't really want to sit here and argue with you. I'd rather answer your questions about the ordinance and try to assist you in moving on instead of arguing, because I think the arguing part is done. We need to try and work out.
Attorney's gonna do, our
That's all
job
I'm
is
trying
to
to do.
enforce this as written.
I have one other question. When you took office, did you give an oath to uphold the Constitution
Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the United States? All right, thank you, sir.
You bet.
I had an officer exercise
Still didn't
his
say
right,
what
so
this
he
is.
taught me
It
to do
doesn't
that.
say what the penalty is.
Misdemeanor crime.
Yeah, but what's the
They
penalty
do
for a
take notes, and
misdemeanor?
they have a right.
That'll be
They
decided
have
by
a
the
right
court.
to not. They have a right to not participate.
I mean,
They feel like
Misdemeanor is
you-
usually a
Until
misdemeanor
you're
has
participating
either
in
a
the
fine
crime, you have
attached
a right
to it,
to step back.
or it could go up to incarceration
You have
for
just as
less
much
than
right
a
to
year
American
in
like
county
me.
jail. And I'm not telling you what the penalty is because I don't know. That's not my job to interpret what the penalty is. That would be up to the courts. So
We'll do our best, and we're gonna
Do that
regroup
one.
and
I've
talk
never seen a law
amongst
that
ourselves and
doesn't
see what
have-
we're gonna do.
They always have 6
We might
months
make a
and a
stand.
fine.
We don't want anybody to get hurt.
I
It'll
don't
be a
want anybody to get
visual
hurt.
thing that we're making a stand for our constitution.
My main goal here is to help you through this process. I don't want to take law enforcement action. I don't want to have to take anybody to jail or cite anybody for any kind of violation of the code. My main thing is that's why I'm out here today. I thought about waiting till tomorrow or Friday to come out and start this process, but after looking at the weather, I'm thinking we need to start working on some solutions today because the weather is going to get nasty.
Where they're not
Well,
safe?
we're willing to stand in the rain if we have to.
You can stand right, just
But
as long as
we
we
don't
don't
want to.
understand.
We don't think that's constitutional.
Well,
I mean, this is a developing country. We should be treated little services, basic
again,
services.
you can stand out here from 6 o'clock in the morning till 9:30 at night on county property.
Yeah, but we
After
can't
9:30
share food. We can't
No.
have anything over
No.
us.
No.
We can't have a picnic. Does that mean a family can't have a
Oh,
picnic
yeah,
here?
picnic. You can sit if you brought sack lunch with you and wanted to sat down there, you can sit down and eat your lunch. But you can't have a kitchen. You can't.
But we're not allowed to share that food. If I bring my sack lunch, I can have lunch, but if I bring my sack lunch and want to share it with my friends
Yeah,
or
we
the
can have it as a
less
family.
fortunate in the community, I'm not allowed to do that?
Point to the finite as much as you want. I just told you what my interpretation is. You can
Right,
bring a
but we
sack
don't
lunch,
want to be
sit down
targeted and
eat.
harassed and everybody else not.
No,
we don't want
this
that
ordinance
to
is-
happen
this
to
ordinance
everybody
for
else.
everybody. That's why I was glad to see the veterans for peace there, the ladies in black there, because I think that sent a message to the supervisors that this is more than just occupied. And I understand that, and that's why they.
This is the nation. This is the world.
Yeah, well, other municipalities have taken the same action. But again, I'm not going to sit here and debate the constitutionality of it with you. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to try and help you through the process. That's all I want to do.
You're the enforcer.
I'm the
No, this says to operate a food facility. We're not operating a food facility.
No, we never did.
So we never have.
Well, if you're serving food,
Right.
it's food.
Well,
If you're serving food, it's food.
I did have a restaurant. I
Well,
could
we don't serve it, everybody
recertify
serves
myself. We
themselves.
could cook
Doesn't matter.
Well, if we cook in a legal
Doesn't matter.
kitchen
Yeah.
and then bring it here, which we can do.
No.
We
You're
can't
not
cook
going
in
to sit here and serve food.
Look at him to the people.
You're not going to serve food.
even if it's cooked in a legal place.
You're not going to read it. It says you cannot serve food.
So,
Yeah, but if we
No.
no.
so if I brought everybody a
We're
sack
not
lunch,
in-
they couldn't have it?
Trying to debate everything.
So if I brought everybody a sack lunch, they couldn't have it?
Pardon me?
If
Well,
I brought
no,
everybody
it-
down
I
to
should have
lunch,
a
they couldn't have it?
constitution
If
that's
I
right here.
individualized it?
Again, I don't want to debate. I don't want to debate these issues. I'm trying to help you through the process.
Well,
My
that's
answer-
But we
my
don't
answer-
want
trying to
this
get you to
affect
clarify it, so that way we can know what we can do.
We're not trying to debate it, we're just trying to figure what our legal boundaries are.
Well, that's why I'm waiting for some good questions so that I can give you some answers. You're asking for finites here.
Give us right answers instead of
Okay,
taking
well,
our
ask your
questions
question.
and throwing them on the ground.
What's your question?
This is the safest place for people to come and take a moment and be.
Well, as of
one with everyone around us
as of
here.
4 o'clock this afternoon, these structures will be gone.
Okay, and then where do you take all these people who come here for safety? Where should they go?
They
We're
can go on
coming
the
here to
sidewalk after
protest.
9:30.
No, I'm saying where do the
Yeah.
people go permanently? This is a
That's-
encampment for
As-
protest.
Maybe you could
as
open
I
your
told
jail
you
up.
before, the ordinance is what
Let
I'm
people come in
Okay,
at night.
you're enforcing the ordinance. I understand that. What I'm asking, you're asking for real questions, and my real question is where do the people go?
I don't have that. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here.
Now, were you elected to the position you're in? Okay, so you're a representative of all the people here, correct?
I represent
Correct.
all the people in
Correct.
the county of Humboldt.
Correct.
Everyone in
And
Humboldt, not just
130,
occupied.
140 some odd people
Right.
signed a petition saying that they didn't like this. 240 people signed a petition in 3 days saying that
and
they did
there
like
are
this.
140,000 people in the county.
Okay,
I
well, why did
represent
you
every one
guys
of them.
sign an ordinance so
I
early?
didn't sign the
Okay,
ordinance.
why
I'm
are you
here to
enforcing an
enforce the
ordinance?
Because
You don't
I'm
have
legally
to, though.
bound
You don't have
enforce
to.
it.
No,
Yes,
you're
I
not.
do.
Did
No,
you
you're
take
not.
notes of the
If you feel it's
Did you take an oath to the
unconstitutional,
Constitution?
you do
I'm
not.
not.
Did you take an oath to take
No,
every
you do
single
not.
thing that you
You
say?
can make your own stand. You do not have to enforce the law.
You don't have
If
to enforce it.
If you feel it's unconstitutional.
We can argue as much as you want.
But you can talk to
I
your
don't wanna
lawyer
argue. I wanna
and
try to help
you
you
can
through the
take your own
EPD
stand.
did.
You're trying to argue.
So if the city
No,
makes
I'm
an
not.
ordinance to okay
I'm not
slavery, will you
arguing.
enforce
All
that?
right, kids,
I'm being
let's
fair.
just regroup
No,
and
you're
figure out what we're
being fair.
doing.
Because there are people that come through here all day, all hours of night and day.
Okay, well,
I'd like to say
anyway.
something real quick, you guys. You know, hey, we're all human beings, or all of us are human beings. You know, there's one way we can figure out how to get along with each other. You know, one way or the other. You know, whether he wears that, whether you wear that, whether you wear that, whether I wear this. You know, we're human beings, and we belong on this earth. You're part of this earth. Let's do
That's
it.
right, that's
Get it
right.
done
We're the
right.
people.
Okay. So,
You say
anyway.
we are the people.
We the people
We
of
are
number.
the
We
people.
You have a right
By
to the
4 o'clock,
We
Constitution, not the
hired
by 4
you.
o'clock, if you haven't complied, then we're going to have to remove this stuff right now. Okay?
Well,
That's
you're
simple.
gonna have to do what at 4 o'clock?
So you're going to follow an
Everything get removed.
unconstitutional law.
Why?
What if we okay to slavery? You're going to follow
Because I'm
that?
following the ordinance.
What ordinance?
It's an
I
ordinance.
Oh, no, of course
I
not.
thought it said
We're the
5:30.
supervisors,
I
but
thought it
it-
said
But who are the
5:30. It's
supervisors? Who are you?
I'm the sheriff.
The sheriff.
Uh-huh.
You're stupid.
Thank you very much.
What if a law, a city ordinance,
That's right, we'll just go protest in front of your house.
Would you guys
It's
follow
legal
that
to
law?
protest there.
No, we won't do that.
Of course not, because it's unconstitutional. Why are you breaking down our right to speech? That's unconstitutional itself. You're abridging our
You are
rights.
trying to debate issues that are not here to be debated.
I will debate
I'm
the
here,
issue.
I'm
You're breaking
here
the
to
law.
enforce this
Okay,
ordinance.
I
Ordinance
think they're clear that we
2477.
think that
But
they're
you are breaking the law by
No, I'm not
obeying that law.
breaking
we take
Now,
Clearly.
Well, that's
You're
what we
abridging our
think.
right to speech.
So,
We
you know,
feel like you're gonna
you know the
commit a crime
ground rules
against
now.
us.
I've come out and tried to do it.
Are you or are you not abridging the right to speech? But our speech says we will
We
not
feel
stop
you're
speaking
gonna commit a
against
crime
each other.
against us.
You guys have to stop protesting. Nobody is
That's what
saying
you're
You're gonna come out
No.
here and
You're saying
stand
that not, you gotta
in
stop
the rain?
protesting.
No,
No.
nobody is saying that.
Go out on the street at night.
So you, how would you protest? What's your protest look like, sir?
It's the same way you guys say. I just wouldn't do
Let me
it.
show you something here. All you have
The
to do.
buildings, the tables.
I don't know if you had a
How do you
chance to
go
really read.
camping?
walk away
When
after getting
you go
slapped in the
camping,
face.
what do you do?
Look
You
at the
put
outlines
up- When you go camping or have a picnic in the rain, what do you do?
I put up a tent when I go
They'll
camping.
tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah, well, what
But
do
I go
we
camping
stand
somewhere where
on?
it's okay to camp.
Well,
We're not
we're not
saying
doing
you
That's
it.
why you have to
Waiting
protest.
for grievances.
Nobody's saying you cannot protest.
Under common law in the United States, camping on the commons is legal.
You have a right
Deputy,
to leave and take care of yourself in the place you protest.
Our manner of speech, our speech is we will not stop speaking. We will not stop until things are done. We will not take a vacation. 8 days a week, 25 hours a day, regardless of the weather. We will speak.
But if you come here and you guys are sitting on a bench and you're sharing a bag of chips, that's not the same thing. But I can't come out here and finitely tell you each thing that's good and what's bad, because that's not my job. What I'm here is to enforce the overall scope and nature of this ordinance. And the ordinance pretty spells it out.
that, but if
For breaking the
you don't
Constitution.
define what the parameters are, then how are we supposed to know?
Well, no, they have
I think you're a very intelligent guy, and I think you can figure it out.
Yeah, but not everybody out here is of my intelligence too. You know, there are
So anyway,
several people.
We have a right to ask for a
can't even
citizen's
read for
arrest.
that
Breaking the
matter.
Constitution.
We have a right to ask for a citizen's arrest and let the district attorney figure it out. Let the district attorney tell us if this is a crime or not. We want a
You guys
citizen's
are
arrest.
man for breaking the Constitution at all.
We want a citizen's
Okay.
arrest, and we want the.
All right, we have
want the
your
attorney to
input,
tell us
and
whether-
we will consider
we
it.
want the attorney to tell us if this is a crime or
I
not.
will
This is our
just say
right.
one last
We want
time,
citizen's
thank you for
arrest.
coming down,
want
but
the district
we
attorney
feel
to
that
look
what
at
you
this.
will be doing will be illegal.
okay, that's fair enough. But again, as I said before, I wanted to come down now to make sure you understood where we're coming from, and I wanted to try to facilitate
They won't even
getting
arrest
this
us for breaking
taken
the
care of now equitably
Then I want to
before this
protect
weather
us
sets in and
at
before
all.
things become
I want them arrested.
worse for you
But
guys.
following an unlawful order is a bad thing.
Well, it's not an unlawful order. It is not an unlawful order.
It
You can
is.
debate that as much as you want. but
It is, and those are the big questions that we're here to debate.
Wait till they take your
All right.
pensions
All right,
away.
fair
Wait till
enough.
they take your